The Jan Foundation, since its inception in 2005, did a great job of providing rehabilitation services to the victims of torture and other human rights violations. However, it is not only enough to deal with the consequences of the problem. We need to go at the heart of the problem, which means that we need to deal with human rights violations and with transitional justice issues. Preventing human rights violations is better than only dealing with its consequences. United Nations understanding of transitional justice is that these are processes and mechanisms of coming to terms with gross human rights violations in order to facilitate a better future. However, if we look from the historical perspective, natural reaction of societies after collective traumas is to try to forget, to be able to move forward. This was also facilitated by the ruling elites that were also in most cases involved in human rights violations. The main problem with this approach that it did not work. People could not forget, and the explosions of violence happened again. It is like placing a pot on a stove which is hermetically closed. After it cooks and boils, it is destined at some point to explode again. So what we are trying to remove the lid and let the air in. With the right ingredients and lots of stirring, we can have a healthy and nutritious meal at the end. We at the Jan Foundation are putting the victims at the center of our activities. Although the victims have the right to reparations and the states are under a duty to provide reparations, this is a right that is hard to enforce in practice. That is why a state needs a little push from civil society. We are currently leading an effort to establish a coalition for just reparations, a network of Iraqi NGOs that are going to give voice to the victims to speak about transitional justice and reparations in order to get the victims the reparations they deserve. The Coalition for Just Reparations will do an advocacy with the government in order to push for the right solutions as regards reparations. It will draw on international human rights law and use international law to the advantage of the victims. This would entail a series of activities like roundtables, consultations, policy papers and such.